Hello and good morning to each and every one of you. As always, if you're watching this after the event, hashtag replay, and also what you thought. Was it helpful to you if you start utilising some of the things we're going to discuss this morning? So this morning I want to talk to you specifically about our vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is one of 12 cranial nerves that we have, but the vagus nerve's a little bit different because it pretty much infiltrates, good morning Agnes, it infiltrates pretty much every part of the body and is probably one of the ultimate things that we need to look after to keep ourselves really healthy. See, here's the thing. The things information that I'm giving you are ways for us to control our stress, our anxiety, depression, pain, and also your body. So this is all about body, mind, and soul. This isn't just about one thing. I'm not just about the moving or the mental health. It's us as a package. And if we learn the simple things that we can do to control our body at the cellular level, and this is the thing, controlling our body at the cellular level with super simple things that maybe you're not aware of. Oh, Vanessa, haven't seen you in a long time. Good morning, Tammy. Okay, so our vagus nerve. It is the biggest nerve in the body. It infiltrates pretty much everything. So for us, we juggle countless responsibilities in our lives, especially as women. We really do. We get a lot put on us, but we put a lot on ourselves as well. We are our own worst enemies, and I think each and every one of you would agree with me there. We are our own worst enemies. But with what I'm going to discuss with you this morning is one of the simple ways that we can have a healthier body without actually having to do a lot, because we've already got a lot to do, yeah? So with our family and work and the self-care that you try to fit in your day. And that's the thing. We have all good intentions, but sometimes we get to the end of the day and go, I didn't do that for myself again. Because life can be that hustle, and our health can take that back seat. And I think each and every one of you listening to me this morning, whenever you listen to this, will agree. We put ourselves on that back seat, especially when it comes to managing that stress and our mental health. It's vital, because otherwise if we can't cope, then it affects absolutely every single aspect of your life. I don't need to tell you that, you know that. But the key to unlocking our health is as simple as your breath. And I know you've heard me say this before, but I want to put it in context specifically for our vagus nerve. Yeah, because the vagus nerve affects so many things that affect your health. So what is the vagus nerve? It's actually called the wandering nerve, and it's the longest cranial nerve in your body. So we've got 12 cranial nerves that commence here, then infiltrate the rest of the body and have many different functions. Now, here's the thing with the vagus nerve. It has a crucial role in regulating your organs, your heart, your lungs, and your digestive tract. And here is where we can get a little bit messed up in the body and the mind as well. So more importantly, your vagus nerve is the biggest player in your parasympathetic nervous system. So you would have heard me talk about your parasympathetic, which is where we have control over our emotions and our thoughts, or your sympathetic nervous system, which is your fight and fright and freeze. Yeah. So sympathetic is fight, fright, and freeze. Parasympathetic is control, being able to stop yourself, think about things, breathe, and have control over the heart rate and all the other bits and pieces when we choose to have control. So, when you're in your parasympathetic, where we should be, you've got control over your rest and digestion, your relaxation. So that's your parasympathetic, rest, digest, relaxation. When your vagus nerve is functioning optimally, it will help you just on its own reduce the stress of life, the anxiety and inflammation. And here's the thing, inflammation, if we have a problem with the body, it's pretty much due to inflammation somewhere, something, arthritis, anything that ends in an itis is inflammation. Pain is inflammation. It has to be. Otherwise you wouldn't be in pain, or your brain has misunderstood something, as you know from our previous sessions. Your vagus nerve is like having an anti-stress button in your body. That's exactly what it's like, having a button that we can press to de-stress. Just waiting to be activated. So, I mentioned breath is the key. Breath is pretty much the key to so many of the things that we need to control in the body. So one of the most effective ways to stimulate your vagus nerve, Natalie, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a long time. So how do we stimulate that vagus nerve so that we can gain control? And it's so simple. And when we learn these techniques and we start to use these techniques on a regular basis, see, this is the thing. You've heard me say in my previous sessions, it's about catching yourself before you get out of control. Because what have I said in the past? If you get stuck in your fight, fright and freeze, you get addicted to those feelings of stress, and you don't feel normal unless you feel a little jangled. And when you are feeling quite good, you may actually feel uneasy. Because if you're addicted to those stress hormones, which we do, we get addicted to them, and we don't feel quite right without them. So once you've identified that that's what you're doing, it's that matter of stopping yourself in the moment and grabbing hold of your breath and taking a few seconds. We're talking seconds here, girls. Seconds. We're not talking a lifetime. I think we seem to think that we need to spend all this time doing all these complicated things to fix ourselves. It just is not true. So in that moment when you identify you're stressing out here, you stop, identify that that's what's going on in your body, and take a breath in for 5. Then what you need to do to change your sympathetic, where we're in fight, fright and freeze, to your parasympathetic is to then exhale for longer. So if you can take a 5 breath in and 10 breath out, sensational. You do that 3 or 4 times, you're back in parasympathetic. This is our way of controlling ourselves. With your breath, you've got to breathe anyway. This is the thing. In life, we, especially over the last 50 years, we've all been, I'm not talking about you guys individually, but I'm talking about society. How can I fix myself really quickly? Give me a tablet. Is there a tablet for that? I've actually had people say that to me. Is there a tablet for that? What? Hang on a minute. Well, yes, there's tablets for pretty much everything, but what are the side effects of those tablets? We need to learn to take control of ourselves, because you don't need a tablet. You need for you to take a moment to stop in your moment. Acknowledge how you're feeling. Stop running around on your little wheel. Take a moment and go, yeah, I'm freaking stressed out here. Take the moment to take a breath. 5 in, 10 out. Remember what I've told you in the past, or maybe you haven't watched them. You absorb your oxygen when you exhale, not when you inhale. So when you're exercising, if you're trying to suck it all in, it doesn't work that way. It's when we exhale that we absorb the oxygen. So just by slowing down your breath and exhaling slowly, that changes you to parasympathetic. That's your tablet. Your breath is your tablet every time. And you've got it with you 24/7, otherwise you're dead, to put it bluntly. Anyway, so that promotes your relaxation and it does reduce stress. This stuff is scientifically proven, guys. It's not something I just plucked off the internet and decided to share with you. I probably spent just on this one thing to bring this to you today, taking another deep dive just into this particular nerve, because it is so important. stimulates, so when you do that, it stimulates that parasympathetic nervous system. And then this breathing pattern encourages your body to shift from the fight and fright back into rest and digest. So does it not make sense to take a moment to breathe? Take a moment to breathe, because the other thing that it does, it lowers your heart rate pretty much immediately. It lowers your heart rate right back down. That in turn reduces your stress and anxiety. You know, if you're having a little bit of a stress, what happens? You feel that heart rate. You feel the beat of the heart, and it's going fast. So the breaths will slow that down as well. And here's the thing. Those of you listening to me with gut issues, this could be your problem, because the vagus nerve, if it is not happy, you will have digestive problems, whether it be diarrhea, bloating, constipation. It can present as IBS. We can have all these tests done. They can't really find anything wrong, but you know you've got a problem because you're either one way or the other, and it's uncomfortable. You know you're uncomfortable. A calm nervous system prevents that from happening to you. Yeah, it does. Helps everything calm down. Stops the bloating, stops the gut dysfunction. But again, it's not going to happen overnight, guys. So please, if you're going to go and do this for one day, go, well, that didn't work. You've got to calm yourself down. We can't be on this constant roller coaster of stress, calm. As soon as you feel it, grab hold of it, because otherwise your body will get addicted to those feelings, and we definitely don't want that. Because here's the thing, as we get that little bit older, if you're watching and you're over 40, you're already on this path, our body starts to face new challenges as we get older as well, especially the hormonal changes, which then can change our mindset. And again, that increases the stress levels. So having a handy tool with you 24/7, it's not like you've got to pack anything, you can't forget it. You cannot forget your breath, can you? Oh, forgot to bring it with me, so I can't do that today. You don't breathe, you die, and we know that. But not all breath is made the same. Did you know we should actually be trying to breathe as little as possible? The least breaths you take in a minute, the healthier you are. I don't know if you know that. It's true. Anyway, so by nurturing that vagus nerve with your breath, okay, it's as simple as that. Yes, it is. It will improve your sleep. So regular vagal nerve stimulation, so that breath is stimulating it, it will give you better quality sleep when you've been doing it for a while and you help calm everything down. It will help you wake up feeling more refreshed in the morning, reduced anxiety, which we've already discussed, and that enhanced mental clarity. So here's the other thing. Mental fog, that mental fogginess that you feel, can come from that vagus nerve being unhappy as well. It plays a major part in how you feel moment to moment in your day. So remember what I've said in the past, and if you guys haven't joined me at A New Way Out, you have access to all the guides. So later on this afternoon, I'll be dropping how you join my A New Way Out, because on my Leslie, if you're only on my Leslie French Facebook page, you don't have access to all the previous guides that I've popped on there in a specific guides section. So take that moment to breathe. Life is hectic. We know it is. Even when you've retired. I'm sure, all you peeps out there that have retired, go on to think, I thought life was going to get a little less hectic. Well, no, not necessarily. Because guess what? You just take more on. Because don't say no. Remember that word that we should be using? No? No? I can't. I'm sorry. Terribly sorry, but I can't do that. So take a moment. Once you get a handle on the 5 and 10, so 5 breath in and the 10 out, that might be a little bit much for you to begin. You may actually find that exhaling for 10 is too much. Do whatever you can to begin. You could do a 4 breath in and a 6 breath out. Whatever you can do. So it's that extended exhalation that will calm the nervous system down. So just as long as the exhale is more than the inhale, you will take control back over that vagus nerve. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again today. When you shut your jaw down, so if you shut your teeth down during the day, you are turning the volume down of the other 11 cranial nerves. This gives you that tension in the neck and shoulders. So just another reminder, don't shut your jaw down. It's another, where are my lips? Where's my teeth? Where's my tongue? That's something else. Check yourself, check yourself, check yourself, check yourself. Because if you shut that down, that's not helping you either. And this is why I do suggest you go back and watch the other guides so you can start to build a better picture of these simple things that we can do. Like I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, when your mind is going around and around and around, say to yourself, stop. Actually say stop, and then say the word change. Then do your breath. You will be amazed at the difference, but it takes time. It takes time to build new habits and break these old ones that we've been running around on this wheel. Stop presenting to the world that everything is okay when it's not. Do something about it. And if you get stuck, that is why I'm here. Sometimes we can fix these problems within a session or two. Yeah, that's why I'm here. So we can either do that online or live, doesn't matter. You can have me face to face, whether I'm in the same room as you or not. So remember, acknowledge when you are in that stressed out. If you're not thinking clearly, and you've got things bouncing around in your head, you're going into fight and fright. But you may be so used to it that you don't know, and that's the problem. So identifying it, acknowledging it, and going, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit stressed right now. Just breathe. It really is that simple. Don't go to the doctor and say, I'm feeling stressed. They'll put you on tablets. You don't need them. Some people do, absolutely. Some people will end up needing them. But how about we start with something simple? Anyway, have an awesome day. I will see some of you in class this morning, ready to get active and jump around. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you soon. So please, #replay and feedback. Feedback. You keep all this feedback to yourselves. Say, oh, this is working. How about you tell me? Please, 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 please. See you later, everyone. Have an awesome day.